Hey guys, welcome back to BJ Tech News, episode 112. So, believe it or not, my baby, my beast, my Dell Precision M6500 died on me, so I had to move over to my Mac Pro machine. Got it up and running. Purchased Parallels 8 for the Mac. And it's time for me to build back my Windows infrastructure. So the first thing I want to do is build my domain controller. So why not create a video and show you guys how to build a domain controller? So I installed Windows Server 2008 R2 Enterprise, fully activated, did the time zone. I need to configure the network, and I need to give it a static IP address. So within the static IP address, I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to go into starts, and I'm going to go into the command prompt because I need to pick what IP address I have so far. So the IP address that I have for this machine is this guy right here. So I'm going to see if I can move this to the side that I'm able to see everything. And there we go. So it's going to be 10.211.5531 and 255.255.255.0 and 10.211.55.1. Now, for your DNS, you want your DNS to be the same as your server. So it's 10.211.55 and 3. So that's one of the key things. Your DNS has to be the same as your server. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I'm able to go outside to the world, and I'm going to ping Google. So I am able to ping Google with no problem, so that's good. I'm going to exit out of that, and I am going to press OK to that. So next things next. Next thing that I have to do is, as you can see right here, I have no internet access. I got the exclamation point. No worry about that. I'm going to close this, and next thing I want to do is I want to provide a computer name. You're not going to join into a domain because this is a domain controller, so I'm going to give it a name, and you can basically give whatever name you want. I'm going to call it BJDC1 because this is my only one. I'm going to press OK. Most likely it's going to ask you to reboot your server, so you can do the reboot, press OK, close it, and we're going to do a restart now and let the machine restart itself. And then when you get back into your server, most likely your server manager is going to pop up, and that's when we're going to start doing the other goodies and goody things that we have to do. Again, I moved over. I'm not using VMware workstations anymore. The reason why is because my machine went down. So I had a Mac Pro on the closet that hasn't been used for a while. So I said, hey, why not bring it back to life? I got a bunch of Mac images on the side, and I re-imaged it with Snow Leopard. Pretty soon I'll probably put lion or mountain lion on it. And so we're back now. You can enable this. I'm gonna leave this for later on. Download and installs, I'm gonna leave that for later on, but best practices is best that you configure this stuff. The next thing that you want to do is you want to add a row. This is what you want to do. So I'm going to uncheck this. I'll check that later. And what you want to do is you want to go next. And the one that you want to do is Active Directory Domain Services. Okay. You want to add all the required features. Most likely you do need the DNS server, but once you're done adding the row, you have to do a dcpromo.exe command, and it finalizes it, and it does the DNS server for you. So don't worry about that. So I'm going to hit finish. You can read this when you guys have downtime. Hit next and hit install. So by the magic of the Windows server, it's going to store all that you need. Once it's completed, it's going to give you a nice little summary of hopefully green check marks, letting you know that everything is successful. I think the only warning that I'm probably going to get is because I haven't pushed any updates out and my Windows Automate is not configured. So I think that's probably the only warning that I'm getting, not an error, so that's a good thing. So so once this is completed and we're good to go, we're actually going to go to the start and go to search, and we're going to type in a dcpromo.exe so we could fully activate this server into a, you guessed it, a domain controller. So I'm in good luck. Awesome. I don't really have any warnings or no errors. It does say use Active Directory Domain Service Installation Wizard. You do need to use the dcpromo.exe as I mentioned. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to check this because I don't want this to open up anymore. Close. Server Manager is going to pop up. Right. So I'm actually going to close this. And I'm going to go to start. And I'm going to type in dcpromo.exe. Hit enter. Just hold on, guys. We're almost done. And I don't want to do any advanced mode installation, so I'm just going to hit next. You guys can read this information as you want. More of operating systems. My Windows infrastructure, I'm going to be doing mostly Windows 7 and 2008 and Windows Server 2012 and also Windows 7 and 8. I think I said that already. So when I'm going to... what is it? I forgot the name of it. It's gonna come to me. I'm creating a new domain in the forest. That's what I want to do. The local administrator account becomes the administrator account when you create a domain. Yes. Okay. Press OK. Currently, the local. Oh, it's blank. Oh, I need a password. Okay, no problem. So let's put a password. Apparently, I don't have a password for my machine. That's okay. So let's put a password. I don't have a password, so we are going to put a password because you do need to have a password. Awesome. So I changed my password. Let's hit next. Currently, a password is not required for local administrator account. We recommend that you use the net user command password. Yes, option 2. Come on. I did do this. Yes, let's do a... yes, BJ... Wait. Oh, yes. Sorry, guys. Go to control panel. I'm going to change this to small icons. Go to user accounts. Change your account name. No, it's not what I want. I want to manage another account. This one is password protected, but this one is not password protected, which I do need to create a password for that. And I'm gonna put the password for that as something that I always use and remember. I don't need a password. Create the password. Bam, so that's password protected. So if I go back to start and do a dcpromo.exe, I'm gonna run this bad boy again. Hit next, hit next. We're gonna create a new domain in the forest. Hit next. Oh, you guys are giving me problems. What's going on? The local administrator account becomes a domain. The new domain cannot be created because the local account does not meet the requirements. Oh, killing me. Killing me. Alright, so alright, so let's do this one more time. What I'm gonna do is manage another account. I guess I have to give it another stronger password. Remove the password. No. Change the password. So the new password right now, I'm gonna give it a new one. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. Thought this was gonna be... there we go. That has to be a good password. You can't tell me that's not a strong password. So let's do the DC promo again. See if it works. Hoping it works. Come on. Hit next. Hit next. Create a new forest. Hit next. Come on. What is going on, guys? Let's do this. Let's do this. This is upsetting me. Let me log off out of this account and log in as an administrator and see what's going on, because it's mind-boggling right now. It's mind-boggling. I don't know what's going on. That's never actually happened to me before. This is a first. I think Windows Server, Microsoft itself is getting kind of strict with the passwords and everything, and I think in future references I have an episode explaining best practices in passwords, and believe it or not, you guys will be surprised on that. So I'm going to close this up. Hopefully the password is strong enough. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. No, next, yes, next. Come on, the local administrator account becomes the domain administrator account when you create a new domain. The new domain cannot be created because the local administrator account passwords does not meet the requirements. Currently, a password is not required for the local administrator. We recommend that you use the net user command line tool with the option to require a password for this account before you create the new domain. Otherwise, a password will not be required for the domain. Oh my gosh, I don't know what that means, guys. Currently, a password is not required for the local administrator account. I recommend that you use the net user. Woohoo! Dun 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 dun. Sugar. Alright. There it goes. Bingo! So now the the fully qualified domain name is what you want to call it. So I'm going to give it bjtech.local. Spell local right. Normally it takes me a while to get the domain controller up and running. How often do you have to create a domain controller from scratch? You know, it's like one of those things, once you build it, you just leave it alone and then it just works. Apparently it's not the way with me because my machine went down, so I have to rebuild everything again. I'm going to do Windows Server 2008 R2. The reason why, because I'm actually I'm going to play it safe and do Windows Server 2003 just in case I need to bring any XP machines aboard or Vista machines. Again, I am doing Windows 7 and Windows 8, but just to be safe, I'm going to do 2003. I'm going to hit next. So it's going to examining, right now it's examining the DNS configuration, which is good. I do need a DNS server. Hit next. Yes, I do. A delegation for the DNS server cannot be created because blah 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 parent zone cannot be found, or it does not run Windows DNS server. If you're integrating with existing DNS, should you manually create DNS? Otherwise, no action is required. Do you want to continue? Yes. Now, best practice, Windows normally tells you to put this in a different partition, but again, this is a testing environment, and I am going to be taking snapshots of my virtual machines in case something happens. Best practices is to move this information into a partition. I'm keeping everything as C, so I'm going to hit next. Now, put a strong password in case you need to do a recovery of your Active Directory. I'm going to hit next on that. Ah, no. Boop, 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 boop. This is crazy. Next. Oh, that's excellent. And we're going to hit next. And we're going to do a reboot on completion. And that's it, guys. That's about it. Once everything is started up, we already installed the domain Active Directory domain services already. So you already got all the Active Directory users computer stuff. As you can see, the DNS just popped up, and it looks like it's configuring. So that's about it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up. At the very top right there is a subscribe button. Hit that button to get the latest and greatest tips and reviews on hardware and software as well as gaming. And I'll catch you guys later. That's it. Peace out, guys.